Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's going to be an excellent matchup. Another RJB replay. He's been giving me so many excellent replays lately. It's going to be Snow, it's going to be RoyaL, and it's going to be Circuit Breakers. Bottom left, going to be Snow. He is crushing it lately. He has about a 90% win percentage over the last couple of months. And in the top left, we've got RoyaL, current ASL champion. His TVP is very, very elite, and Snow's PVT is very, very elite. So who's going to come out on top here? I don't know. All I know is that I'm excited to cast this game for y'all. Hit that like button if you're hyped as well. So again, check out RJB at youtube.com/@RJB_TV. Tell him Falcon Paladin sent you, and thank him for all of the replays that he sends me. He has sent me so very, very many over the last couple of weeks or so. I'm trying to get through them all. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this PvT. Vulture Harass, Spider Mines. We've got Dragoons and Zealots coming. Maybe some Arbiters, maybe some Carriers. Maybe some Archons. But yeah, nothing too crazy here. Nobody's proxying. The builds are very standard PvT builds here. Nobody went for a Nexus first. Nobody went for a CC first. It's cool. Nobody needs to freak out about an attack coming early, which is good because neither of these players is worker scouting yet on this giant 4-player map, Circuit Breakers, which you've seen a billion times before. Yeah, you know this map. You know this map very well. It's always fun to me. Sometimes when people come in without understanding that RoyaL won the last ASL. Oh, you know, I lied. It's Command Center first here from RoyaL. I'm like ranting about how normal this is. And then he goes CC first like a boss. But yeah, I had somebody on a recent Flash game that I cast be like, oh, man, Flash. It's too bad he hasn't competed in the most recent ASL. It's just Terran's very weak without him around. And I was like, you understand that Terran won the most recent ASL, right? And no response. So I'm going to assume they weren't aware of RoyaL's incredible rise up the ranks to conquer the ASL recently. I mean, not like yesterday, but the most recent ASL is a Terran champion. A Terran champion. I don't know, my brain is going with this today. Trying to keep the SCV from getting in here, but I mean, pretty good micro there from RoyaL getting on in anyway. This is going to be Dragoon pressure. This is going to be CC first. This is going to be a bunker. If you don't have a bunker in this situation, you're just going to die. So SCV says, yeah. Singularity charge is getting researched already. Dragoon in production out of that gateway, no question about it. Still no expansion. Maybe we can block it a little bit with the SCV, but nah. This guy, Steve the SCV, just wants to go home. Check out Steve the SCV shirts out there at falconpaladin.store. Be sure to check the currency converter at the top right. By default, the prices are in Australian dollars, and probably you're not Australian, so be sure to check it out. Click on it. Choose your own currency from a list of like 100 different countries that you are probably in, right? Got the euro, got the American dollar, got the Canadian dollar, got the peso, got, I mean, reales from Brazil, I think is what they have there. Yeah, I mean, yen from Japan. I mean, it's just all sorts of options there. So be sure to change that because, again, you're probably not Australian. You're probably not paying Australian dollar prices for anything. A little pylon inside the mineral line. So annoying. Messes with that pathing. Dragoon, run by! Snow says, you greedy son of a gun! How dare you? Look at this little SCV body block, though. That's some pretty sick stuff. Wow! This has already been fantastic. The Dragoon run by was a sick move, and then the response from RoyaL, bloop, blocking off that Dragoon's attack path with the SCVs, shoving it back up into range of the Marines. Oh my gosh, that was sick. And then the pylon in the mineral line too. Hilarious. Like, very funny stuff. So, oh, it's another run by. Oh boy. SCVs again. The Dragoons are pretty happy to force the SCVs off the line for as long as they do here. That's great. Singularity charge is going to finish up. There is a factory. It is done now, but I mean, we're pretty far away from having spider mines or siege tanks, which are two things you're going to want to deal with at this stage. So behold, let us find the position we're in. We can attack this bunker without getting shot in the face. There it is. Engineering bay coming in, probably worried about maybe, I don't know, a little shuttle follow-up here, but no sign of a robo. Citadel actually first. So less worried about spider mines is our guy Snow right now, intriguingly. But But yeah, Snow is probably the best Protoss player on Earth right now. Again, he's just been on such a rampage in every professional tournament he has been in for the last 2 months. So I'm curious to see how he does in the future here for sure. I mean, he's looking pretty good here against RoyaL. That's without a doubt, without a question, that's happening. He's going for, going for siege mode, which just takes a minute. You can shove away a couple Dragoons with a single unsieged siege tank. Super annoying, though. Second base finally coming in at 5:30 here for the Protoss. Snow got himself a pretty fast Templar Archives. This feels like DTs to me, which is why this engineering bay is really important. So turret up to deal with observers or shuttles that try to fly in. Probably going to be a turret at the front door of the natural base at some point here, too. Tank and Marines are going to try to shove these Dragoons away before siege mode is done. Nah, going to wait for it, and there it is. Siege mode up. Bam. Marines protecting the Dragoons in case they try to do a run-by on top of that tank, but nah, siege tank. Oh, the distance on that siege tank fire when they have the vision is so far. You got it like right here. Siege tank, good unit. Really good unit. Okay, Manor transfer down to the natural base from Snow. What is he doing? Yeah, DTs. It's going to be DTs for sure. 2 DTs on the way. Again, a turret somewhere at the front here would be sick. He's really more worried about drops than DTs walking in the front door. I don't know. Are DTs going to try to walk in the front door? There's no robo from Snow, so I mean, what else are they going to do, I guess is the question. Third base coming in. He knows he has to out-expand to the Terran. He knows his second base was late compared to the Terran second base, and like insanely late compared to the second base of the Terran. But look, it's 35 to 33 workers. Snow's down by 2 workers right now. Not a big deal. Dude, still no turret at the front. He's so... I guess this is providing some level of detection out here. Is it that far detecting? What is the detection range of a missile turret exactly? I don't know. Is it covering this area? Let's find out. Nope. Not covering this area. Ooh, not even covering that area. Oh my gosh. RoyaL! Okay, I mean, this area, yeah. High ground, siege tanks, bunkers getting... Ooh, bunkers sniped! DT in the house! One shot on these Marines if he wants to, but going after SCVs, 2 shots. He's trying to get a turret up here on the low ground. This DT control is insane. Yeah, there's a turret down here in the mineral line, but nothing to kill the DT. Finally, SCVs perform a citizen's arrest while the Marines coming in finish him off. Yo, third base behind this. Good. Oh, just, casually this DT wandered up into the main base too. It's fine. He's got a couple kills. Really hasn't changed the entire world yet. A lot of SCVs had to get pulled off because of this guy, but... I mean, man, no comp sat here. I love this response from Snow. He gambled. He gambled that there wouldn't be a turret at the front. Did that DT just teleport, or am I hallucinating? I feel like I'm hallucinating. Yeah, this can't even fight. It's a 5-kill DT, and one of them is a tank. That's pretty nice, man. This is the first 8 minutes of this game. This has been absolutely killer sick so far. Hit that like button if you're enjoying it, ladies and gentlemen. This has been good. We're stealing that from Campbell's. I don't think they use that slogan anymore. The copyright or the trademark's got to expire on that at some point, right? Maybe not. Maybe that's not a thing that happens. RoyaL's trying to bust Snow off of his property. Not going crazy well here for RoyaL, but spider mines are up, and that really sucks for any guy that doesn't have any detection up here, and that would be Snow, because he doesn't have any detection up here. Finally getting... Actually, that's an Arbiter Tribunal. Really not worried about observers today, which I find concerning. These probes need to get to work. Snow, my dude. You must do it. There you go. I left and he put them to work immediately. Like they teleported. See? And then a 4th base from Snow. So yeah, 3rd base up and running. 4th base up and running before the Terran even has a 3rd. Because that's how it is, right? Terran gets a nice advantage, but then gets contained. Can't take a 3rd base very easily. He's trying to float this over, but really can't protect it. His only defense of that is that Protoss doesn't know it exists right now. I mean, it would help if he had some obs, right? But this is very curious to me that he does not have a robo yet. Keep looking for a robo on that production tab. Keep waiting for him to get some kind of obs. I mean, cannons are obs. Does he have any cannons? He doesn't have any cannons. Boy. If Terran had DTs, Snow would be dead right now. I guess Ghost can cloak, but not exactly game-winny. like the DTs can be. Like, absolutely, DTs can be game-winny in a game like this. So it's 64 to 49 workers in favor of Snow. Fourth base is warping in quite nicely here at 10 minutes. All is well in Protosville. It's ahead in base count, kind of, against the Terran. Third base has landed quite nicely. On the other side, it's going to be Vultures. It's going to be vehicle weapon upgrades. It's going to be Stasis here from Snow. Vulture scouts the presence of the fourth base, says, does a quick scan, sees the Arbiter Tribunal, sees the Stargate working, says, okay, not carriers probably. Always have to be vigilant for the carrier transition. Can happen anytime. Anytime. Carrier transition can happen from a Protoss. I don't think there are set, like, strategic times to do it. Are there? I just feel like if there were known strategic transition times to carrier, then Terrans would do better against them. But they just got to keep scanning. They got to keep scanning, checking for a fleet beacon, checking for additional Stargates. Protoss will hide them sometimes. Like, put them down here, maybe, where they're not likely to get scanned. Can be tricky stuff, indeed. Finally getting cannons up. So, some level of detection. And an observatory is on the way. This is a recall. Just a scout. Has recall been researched? I've been waiting for the robo facility for so long that I haven't even noticed if recall has been researched yet. Not enough energy for it, regardless, but... Oh my gosh, dude, RoyaL! You don't win ASL if your macro isn't insane, right? This is insane. This fourth base from him, keeping pace with the Protoss, is a horrific piece of news and a horrific piece of information for Snow. He's got to be like, why? How does he have a fourth base already? Because RoyaL's macro is nuts. That's why. He got that fourth base up before he had his fourth and his fifth factories. Maybe even his third factory. He just defended with what he had. Spider-Man, some siege tanks. Knew he could get away with it because the Protoss was going for a fourth base as fast as he was. So there weren't a ton of Dragoons out at the time, and now there are. For some reason, there's a probe up here. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's scouting with a cube of Vespian gas all solidified in his mouth like that. I don't know what you're doing out here, my friend, unless you're throwing up a pylon for forward shield batteries, maybe. That's not really a thing. That's definitely not a thing, is it? Zero upgrades for the Protoss at this stage of the game. No real surprise. The +1 vehicle weapons is done for the Terran. Not working on further upgrades for him. +1 ground weapons is on the way from Snow. Why is he just letting this probe hang out here? What's the plan, Jan? Jan the probe. Yeah, Snow taking a fifth base. So this is Macro City right now. Science facility coming in. There's your recall research. I was going to say, I didn't see it come through, and I've been trying to watch the production tab closely today. Does not mean it's been perfect by any means. Holy, another base. Okay, so sixth base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And heck, might as well go for a seventh. Because if you can protect this, then you can protect this. You might as well. I mean, he's got the cash for it even. He's just taken his whole bottom section of the map here. And sure. RoyaL says, yeah, I'll just take a quick fifth in the top right then as well. We're just going to hang out. We're going to yell mean stuff to each other across the way. Sometimes that's what happens in war. I guess it happened more in war when the army wasn't like 2 miles away from your position. When they were just like a few hundred yards or meters away because it was trench warfare, or like, you know, you're just lining up horses and charging at each other across open field and kind of yell stuff at each other before the charge happens. Taunt them and whatnot. Not really a thing as much anymore because your tanks are set up and they can kill anything, you know, up to 2.5, 3 miles away. And, yeah, if you go inside that perimeter, you get vaporized. Okay, this feels like a recall, man. Yeah, look at all that energy. Look at all that sweet, sweet, delicious energy on that Arbiter. Look at the turret lineup. Holy crap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 turrets. 9 here. Good luck. Good luck, my sir. Ooh, gonna expand top right, but, oh, that timing by Snow is sick. Very sick. Okay, good. Shuts it down. Uh-oh. Oh, these are gateways. Okay. So, yeah, just setting up his summer home in the bottom right. Nothing too crazy here from Snow whatsoever. EMP getting researched. More and more Arbiters coming in. Kidder and Amulet getting researched here, too. Storm's going to be a big part of the play here. for our dude Snow. Man, place your bets here at 15 minutes. This has been a good game. I think Snow's macro obviously has been a little bit better than RoyaL's is, but RoyaL can get away with having fewer bases at this stage of the game and be fine. As you'll notice, Snow's having a really hard time poking in here. Terran has the best defense in all of StarCraft. Everyone knows that. Tough nut to break. And if you can't even recall in there because there are a bajillion turrets hanging out, bad times. Insanely bad times. And he has taken this bottom right, 7th. Okay. All right. So now it comes down to who can hang on to the 3 o'clock and the 9 o'clock bases. Because, you know, you can set up 2 tanks on this ramp. This base dies. Set up 2 tanks on this ramp. This base dies. We've seen it 1,000 million times on this map. So, splitting the map in half is bad for the Protoss against the Terran. First storm of the day. Catching a few, few vultures. Ooh, good snipe on that High Templar. This is a guy, too. And another High Templar sniped. Good. Good control there. Beautiful control there. There is still a probe hanging out up here. I'm not sure what Snow's intentions are for that man. But he should not be at the front lines of a war battle right now. Just a thought. Holy crap. Snow's expanding here, too. This feels like Light's Protoss, man. Oh, good stasis. I mean, fine. Not really helping with any kind of a battle. But, ooh, Snow turning around a little bit. Maybe he does want to take advantage of these stasis tanks. He is. He's taking advantage. Oh, he's trying to take advantage of the stasis tanks, I suppose. Swinging in. Holy stasis tanks, Batman. That is like 7 siege tank stasis. Zealots running up the line, getting the tanks that are not stasis. Spider mines and vultures taking out the remaining zealots here. Dragoons are big, coming out of stasis, a group of tanks, but the Dragoons are right on top of them. What a sick engagement there from Snow. I thought he was leaving. I thought he was going home, and he was like, nah, I'll stick around. Why don't I stick around and wipe out some of these siege tanks? Trade out some zealots. I'm not worried about those. I've got 5,000 minerals in the bank. Ho, ho, ho. Green Giants. Like that. Are they using that trademark in 2023? I bet if they wanted to, they could. Oh, another spider mine down to, I don't know if that was siege tank fire or spider mine hit, but either way, brutal stuff. Yeah, I love this. So this is like Light's PvT, where Light just expands like an absolute madman. 7, 8, 9 bases, 10 bases. That's how he plays it. He's beaten Flash with it too. Spoiler alert, but I've talked about that game enough that you probably know what I'm talking about. It's like one of the more epic PvTs I've ever cast, and it's Light off racing against a Terran playing Flash. It's crazy. Oh, another High Templar snippety snipe. Snippety snipe. Ooh, 2 more Arbiters, too. I love this Arbiter heavy comp we're seeing here from Snow. Who needs carriers against Terran? Snow doesn't. Carriers are for the weak, he says. I use ground units with Arbiter support, which fly. But, you know, whatever. Snipe. Spider Mine's doing their work. Vultures are like, oh, there's a whole base up here. Quick, kill the cannons before they stop us. We're pretty good against cannons when we have +2 attack upgrades. There we go. Left side base in trouble. SCV's transferring down this way and going the opposite direction. Snow decides not to try to go for this base. Okay, this is hilarious. Yeah, man. Vultures fighting the top right, taking it downtown. Downtown. Get it. Get the Nexus. Take it down. This is a whoop. That was a whoop for sure. Huge recall into the 12 o'clock base. There's defense here, but I'm not sure it's enough. The siege tanks are gone. Spider mines are getting some good work down. Dragoons are taking some hits too. A few zealots remaining are wiping out this poor SCV line. The few Marines that are remaining in this map are completely dead. Top right base is going to die. Vulture's swinging down. All the way down. Into this bottom. No. Fine. Spider Mine out there. Get in here. Look at these desperate cannons from Snow. Oh, he doesn't realize it. Okay. So, yeah. A lot of SCVs die, but, I mean, there's enough army from RoyaL to come in here and wipe this out. It's just about the trades. How cost efficient was this drop? Insanely so. It's 67 SCV to 77 probes right now. Dude, these guys ran up here and then pulled back. They could have killed every one of the probes in this bottom right base. Snow would have been hurting so bad right now, but it's fine. I don't know why RoyaL pulled back there. I don't know if he had them in a hotkey and he pulled them back home. Oh, my, another recall. At the 12 o'clock, storm in the SCVs. Who has time to wait for Zealots to kill those guys? Let's just storm them immediately. Dude, Snow is a monster and a half. RoyaL says, screw this. I'm not sticking around to get recalled on for the rest of the game. I'm heading down south. I'm going to kill all your stuff, Snow. Fine, you can have this. You can have that 12 o'clock base. I'm not even worried about it. Oh, my beautiful storms, though. Storms of grace. Storms of absolute beauty. Coming in here. And that's a pullback. That 12 o'clock command center goes down to these Dragoons, which do have +2 attack, +1 armor. 3-2 upgrades on the siege tanks. Yeah, baby. These guys still own the 12 o'clock position, friends. That is a 3-kill High Templar. Going to Archon up with his buddy. 5-kill Dragoon. 5-kill Dragoon. Not bad. Sharing the wealth there. Yeah, man. Snow's up 200, 166 supply. He controls this whole southern section of the map. The fact that RoyaL has this left side base is good, but guess who just recalled in? That's right. An Arbiter did. Woo-wee! Couple Archons, some Zealots, some not as good at killing SCVs as a couple Storms would be, at least as far as time efficiency goes. What just got stasis? Oh, Science Vessel got stasis. Need more Goliaths, sir. Top right. Yeah, so Dragoon's coming to the top right here. Make sure at least that RoyaL doesn't have it. This High Templar has enough energy for 2 Storms. Might as well toss them down, man. There we go. One and, didn't get the second one down in time. Storms don't stack, so we couldn't just, like, pop them. Unless you want, like, pop in different locations, in which case they're not stacking, but more turrets. Spider mines in this area, good, too. I like it. From RoyaL. You're only down, right at this point, dang, 3 supply. 3 supply. 187 and 186. A lot of that is probes. So RoyaL has the bigger army. Plus, he's more cost efficient with the army. The 3-2 upgrade still killing it. No further upgrades that seem to be coming through the production tab right now. 3-1 upgrades now from the Protoss. Another recall attempt, because that's what we do. That's what we do in this game. Yeah, both players are effectively maxed out. I don't know that recalling in here is the greatest of ideas. Is he going to try it? I wouldn't try it. Engagement in the middle. Nah, Snow's pulling. Okay, that's a dead Arbiter is what that is. Cool. I don't... that didn't get EMP'd, did it? I don't think it did. I guess maybe this guy? Nah, he's got too much energy for that. Whatever, it's cool. So... still hanging on down here. Snow hasn't expanded in a hot minute, but by golly, did he get up to 7 bases pretty fast. RoyaL sitting here at 3-4 bases. Not great. The longer the game goes on, the more the economic advantage is favoring the Protoss right now. But as we all know, this is kind of a snowbally position potentially for our guy. Another recall into Spider Mine Town. But not enough to kill everything, and this left side base is toast. So, boy, RoyaL says, all right, we're going to trade a base for a base here. I don't know, maybe these vultures can take care of the defenders, or the attackers there at the 9 o'clock position. Vultures, pretty good upgrades. Dragoons have taken some damage already thanks to the spider mines, so they're good to kill. So the 5th base dies, and like I said, kind of snowballing. Holy crap, the recalls today. Yeah, Snow is committing hard to the recalls today. But man, if Snow loses his 5th, 6th, and 7th bases, this could get really dicey for the Protoss. 12 o'clock is back from RoyaL. Nobody's taking the top right now. This is just a ruffle stomping of the bottom right. And now getting up this ramp, there's a Dragoon, a Zealot, another Dragoon to try to stop. No, there is no stopping this. RoyaL. Okay, maybe he's going to try to recall some reinforcements over. Arbiter coming down along the southern path of the map. Zealots coming out of these gateways, but horrifically outnumbered. Maybe stasis some of this stuff. Womp. Okay, good stasis. Great stasis there, too. These gateways are getting obliterated, though. And another third stasis comes in. Still, these gateways are in trouble. These probes are alive, and that's what matters for Snow right now. He can fix the problems later. He's trying to walk through a spider minefield without an observer. There we go. Observer comes in, reinforcing from the south here. Arbiter taken +3 attack hits from a Goliath. Dead. Okay, Arbiter's dying. These are not cheap. These are not cheap units. Stasis going to wear off any second now, at least on the initial engagement, so Snow's got to come on in here. Oh, I got stasis on the low ground, boys, too. Vultures killing these zealots would be incredibly useful, and they are. The scan helping them be revealed. More scans here. Siege tanks on the high ground come out of stasis. Low ground Dragoons are dying. Oh, boy. This has been great. RoyaL is basically even in supply right now, even in worker count, too. But this bottom right base, all these probes' lives are forfeit. And he's expanding up here, too. Dude, I think RoyaL has done it. I think RoyaL is taking down one of the most terrifying Protoss players we've ever seen, and the best Protoss player in the world right now. That's why he's an ASL champion. I don't want to caster curse this, but Snow's sending his army through spider minefields without really bringing... The obs are bringing up the rear. Not the best control there. He's trying to shut down the newest sources of income in the top right here. And the 12 o'clock for our guy RoyaL. Gonna stasis the tanks. Ooh, good EMP on that Arbiter. This guy, not enough energy, not enough energy there. I think that's it. It's 170 to 145. What an absolute reversal here. Bam! Final. Oh, and there are some tanks down here too at the 6 o'clock. Because why wouldn't there be? It's 21 probes remaining for RoyaL. His army value is just a handful of zealots and dragoons and whatnot. There's just no way. There is just no way that Snow wins this thing. It would be some kind of a miracle were that to happen. But this has been a fantastic, again, a great back and forth game. Some sick elite micro at the beginning. Some crazy macro expansion timings to finish it up here. Really huge engagements. The recalls were disgusting too. But sometimes the Terran, the siege tanks, and the spider mines, and the vultures, and all of it comes together and plays beautiful music. For the Terran, as beautiful as the storms have been, I think the power of the Mech here has been a little bit more beautiful. In my opinion, as a Zerg main who doesn't really root for Protoss or Terran in these matchups. Snow, God, he's got 8,000 minerals in the bank. He can afford to re-expand a few thousand times. I mean, that is not true, but it feels like that with 8,000 minerals in the bank. Yeah, all of his gateways down here died. He was planning on having those to spend his cash. Dude, this Arbiter ball... This thing gets EMP'd, that would be sick and really bad for the Protoss, but holy crap, good for the Terran. Yep, Spider Mines thinning out those the Zealot. That's what they're intended to do, is thin out those Zealots. The Zealots are thinning out the Spider Mines. That's what it is. Boy, English is good. So he's expanding here and expanding here again. RoyaL pulled back a little bit to try to defend his side of the map, and he kind of left the bottom right exposed as a result. Arbiters cruising in. Stasis, 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 Protoss snowball coming in. On top of that is everything. So much stasis, Batman. Holy cannoli, dude. Snow. Dude. No way. No way. Remember when I was like, there's just not a path forward for Snow to win this game at all. I must take it back a little bit at least, because I think I see a path now. Thanks to the infinite stasis of having 5 arbiters, 6 arbiters in your house. He can re-stasis these when they come out, if he wants to. Does he want to? I don't know. Fair enough. All right, coming out of stasis, Defensive Matrix is up. We'll protect for a little bit here. Take down, take down. Another great storm, left side, 145 to 130. This is just... up, and look at this production tab. Crazy. The total units are going up and down, up and down, up and down, trading places, first and second, first and second, first and second. Trying to expand on the right side, RoyaL. No, say some Dragoons. Shut that down as well. This game is crazy. How is this game so crazy? Because it's Snow and it's RoyaL, and RJB selected it. That's how. All right, Zealot's trying to come up, but the Vulture count is sufficient. Never got that +3 armor value, did he, on his guys? No. Neither did the gateway units for some reason. So the middle, I think, is being won by RoyaL here. Dude, these Arbiters dying, that is what's been keeping Snow in this game. Oh, another one goes down. That's what's been keeping him in this game. Dude, 130 to 100 supply here. EMP goes down. Science Vessel eats it as penance for that EMP. Yeah, this is just too much Terran pushing down this way. The Zealots are very brave charging into battle here. But, I mean, they just don't accomplish anything. And that's your GG! Snow! Taps out, and RoyaL is your winner in 30 minutes and 30 seconds. What an absolutely sick game. I know I said like 5 minutes ago there was just no way for the Protoss to win, but Snow made me believe. He made me believe after that humongous stasis. Multiple stasis. Like 3 separate stasises, maybe even 4 thrown down there. Just absolutely sick play from Snow. The recalls were off the hook. Off the chain? Off the chain? Trying to relate to the kids from 1999. Yeah, man. But RoyaL, just his macro was insane. His expansion timings were nuts for a TVP, which is kind of the secret. If you can expand like a madman in a TVP, you can beat a Protoss. It goes pretty well for you. I mean, Snow put up one heck of a fight, but I mean, as soon as these bases, all 3 of these bottom right bases died, it was really tough for Snow to make a go of it there. The stasis kind of held off the inevitable. Gave him a shot, but wasn't enough. RoyaL just continuing to macro, continuing to roll in. Spider mines everywhere all the time. Vulture harass. Vulture harass killing a Nexus up here, which is awesome. Could have wiped out this base in the bottom right if he'd been a little bit more brave, but I'm not sure he knew what was going on down there. Anywho, that was awesome. I mean, that was super insane. Insane amount. Just a great PVT. That was so good. Oh, that was so good. So yeah, nice job RoyaL, nice job Snow. The fact that Snow was able to make that comeback there, I am just insanely impressed by. Wasn't enough, but it's still impressed by it. 266,000 points there from Snow, 282 from RoyaL, outproducing the Protoss, but 6-4, and killed ratio about the same. So I mean, that's really cost efficient here across the map, isn't it? Buildings raised 39-32 is a lot, and then Snow did outspend RoyaL by about 13,000 resources there in 30 minutes. Just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. He did a lot of spending, a lot of Arbiters, a lot of Zealots, a lot of Dragoons, a lot of High Templar. Not enough. The recalls, I'm sure, drove RoyaL up the wall, but it never seemed to rattle him too much, you know? And maybe it did. We just couldn't tell. It's hard to tell the mental state of players sometimes, especially the best of the best, because they're not going to show it. They're not going to show it to us through the replay anyway. Okay, good. That was... I'm not going to epic tag it, but that was such a good PVT. Such a good PVT. All right, neat. So that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.